How many times do you think the words I should or I have to and then feel guilty because you don't want to? If you are like most people, you probably have at least a few of these thoughts daily. Thoughts that include the word should, must, have to, are another type of irrational thinking, which I call thinking in terms of an absolute. These are limiting because they're stuck in the narrow-minded perspective that says there's only one acceptable outcome and that any other outcome is completely unacceptable. Ideas such as a lady must keep her knees together at all times, a child should never speak until spoken to, you have to blank right now, and of course the infamous you should know better. They're all basically ultimatums are saying that it absolutely has to happen this way. There's only one possible choice or one possible way something is supposed to go, and anything other than that one choice is automatically labeled as bad, bad, bad. When we regularly entertain should, must, and have to kind of thinking, we stay stuck in a guilt-producing pattern that creates nothing but stress and anxiety as we strive to keep up with the ever-growing list of shoulds and have-tos. The idea that you should or must do something implies that there is just that one correct option, which brings guilt into play if you choose differently. Because shoulds are severely locked in the fear-based right-wrong perspective, people who habitually ignore all those shoulds will be riddled with guilt, and they'll be beating themselves up inside for their constant sense of wrongdoing. Conversely, people who listen to their shoulds will be filled with resentment, steaming inside, with a sense of being trapped doing a bunch of things that they really don't want to do. Or they will become paralyzed, catatonically depressed because they feel powerless, thinking that they have no free will choice in any matter. People who do a combo of both complying with and ignoring their shoulds will feel bad, guilty, resentful, depressed, and anxious all of the time. Yeesh. I speak from personal experience here, former anxious wreck. I was so stressed out about getting everything right all the time, futilely attempting to listen to each and every internal should until I was a complete mess, drained, depleted, and exhausted. At the same time, I hated complying with my internal shoulds and allowed myself to resent myself for each and every should I followed. When I listened to the resentment and ignored a particularly obnoxious should, I felt terrible, bad, rotten, horrible, and awful to the point that I would beat myself up incessantly for weeks on end over every little thing that I should have done, yet didn't. Phew. Thank God I woke up and discovered rational thought. Letting go of my irrational beliefs based on shoulds was an act of kindness towards myself that really felt life-saving. By letting go of these shoulds, I claimed the full power of my free will choice, and I moved into greater internal freedom simply by changing my shoulds into coulds. If you change each should into a could, this will allow for your free will choice in any matter at any given time. You'll begin to live free of guilt, knowing that there are any number of acceptable options for you. Instead of thinking, I should do blank right now, fill in the blank, work, my homework assignment, the dishes, the errands, the bills, the exercise, so on. You could decide to think, I could do blank right now. And see how this instantly lifts the pressure? This makes it okay to decide to read a book in that moment and do blank later, guilt-free, knowing that there is no right or wrong choice. There are just decisions, what happens and the consequence of your choice. Or you could happily decide to do blank, feeling good and empowered about your choice, rather than resentful because you felt like you had to do something and were powerless to choose differently. You could do it because you want to do it. Remember that the ultimate goal is to live in a state of ease. If you can begin to clear the irrational beliefs based on absolutes from your consciousness, you'll bring in more peace, more ease, and more relaxation into your life. Say, I let go of the shoulds and move into the coulds. Taste the freedom. Action step. Let go of thinking in terms of absolutes, such as should, must, and have to. Move into could energy and begin to exercise your free will choice in your own highest good. Declaration. There is no such thing as a should, a must, or a have to in my world. I now think in terms of could, allowing for my free will choice in every given moment. I have the power and the freedom to decide what is in my own highest good. Many blessings of joy and vibrant freedom.